I'm here in downtown Medellin, Colombia, walking around a central market area. There's a lot of things being sold on the street here. This is passportpapi.usa. Not gonna edit that out. This is the unedited version of a long-form YouTube video. No one's really doing this, only I'm doing this. Go ahead and subscribe right now. We have 250,000 followers on Instagram. We're growing our YouTube channel, and this is the same format that I'm using in my Instagram videos that earned us over 250,000 followers. Now we're here in Medellin, Colombia. Now, what do I think about Medellin, Colombia? I do have some opinions on it. For one, me walking around with my phone out, sticking out, is a risk. So we're holding this with two hands. Number two, it is very much Americanized, very much commercialized. So with the other countries in South America, once you start to get more down south, you start to get more distinctive cultures. We are so close to the United States right now that every developed part of Medellin is very much reminiscent of the United States. So people, I'll get hate for saying this. This is one of the least distinctive countries in South America. I think it's like Chile. Chile, I was just there. Not very distinctive at all. Here in Colombia, the most distinct parts are probably certain cultural assets related to, related to, we'll say, music and that genre of culture. When you come to Medellin, I think it's a good 10-day city. I wouldn't stay here for more than 10 days. If I were to come to Medellin, I would want to just do my teeth, do my, get a facial, maybe go party. They do have good parties here, and then I would leave. I would not call this my home base. I call Medellin, cities like Medellin, cities for treadmill gringos. These are gringos that don't prioritize walkability. It is not a very walkable city, very much hilly. Sidewalks start and end a lot. Mexico City is way more walkable than this. So don't think you can live a walkable lifestyle here in Medellin. And anyone who says otherwise pretty much only walks to like two places in the entire day. The people here, they're polite, but I wouldn't. Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Todo bien?
Hermano, el hermano, Nueva York, Venezuela, un solo corazón.
Venezuela. We have a lot of Venezuelans here as well because of Maduro. He started a whole exodus of Venezuelans from Venezuela, and a lot of them ended up here. They ended up all over Latin America, but many of them ended up here in Colombia because it's the closest country. The Venezuelans that ended up here, are different than the Venezuelans that I met in Argentina. The ones that went to Argentina, a lot of white-collared workers, or ones with very high education. Here, the Venezuelans aren't, typically from what I've observed, not usually as educated as the Venezuelans that fled to Argentina. So what should you know about Colombia? Just know it's very much, one, it's very much commercialized. Two, the music is good. The music is good. It's very much influenced by Puerto Rican music. They have a good party scene. They have like these mascotas, these guys in outfits, these men and women in outfits dancing with you at their parties, at their clubs. So fun clubs, actually fun clubs. And everyone, this is like the elephant in the room, the more the vice side of things. People blame the gringos for creating this sort of environment of, we'll say, sensualization, whereas this existed far before the first gringo set eyes on Colombia. This is related to their culture of the 80s and 90s, we'll say, the era in which things were going down. There's been a lot of Netflix shows about it. Look at this. It's a nice day. By the way, it rains a lot here. We're blessed to have this kind of day today. It rains a lot. So that culture spawns what you see today with all the synthetic body modifications. It's very common, especially in Poblado, to find women that, most women have had something done to them in Poblado. If you don't have money, you probably can't afford it, but once they do have money, a little bit of money, they do some body modification. This is in stark contrast to European cultures where everyone's all natural and beautiful. Here, it's very much synthetic and I'd say they over-sexualize themselves. And I'm gonna get a lot of hate for saying that, but they did it without the gringos. This was before the gringos. You meet the Colombians themselves. They're the ones creating this environment. The gringos are just attracted to it. Not all of them, but a lot of them. We're surrounded by mountains. That's the one thing about Colombia, that Colombia in general has a lot of mountains. But here in Medellin, you are trapped in a valley. There's no way out. Once you're here, you will not have your own peace. And what do I mean by that? You'll always be surrounded by people. You'll always be surrounded by things, by noises, by sounds. There's going to be no open fields. There's no open fields here, right? When I tried to live here, I got sick of it. I felt very much claustrophobic, so I went to a cabin. I got a cabin in the middle of nowhere. And I was like, oh, finally some space. And I went on a run because that was a big thing for me. Is like, I can't run here. Like, there's no space to run. And the sidewalks, they end all the time. So I went on a run, and on my first run, I was chased down by a bunch of giant dogs. So that's, yeah, so no matter where you go, you're always gonna have something there. Just, you can't have your total peace here like Buenos Aires or Argentina, where you can go in the middle of nowhere. You're in the middle of nowhere, no one's gonna bug you. Here, there's always gonna be something that bugs you. And people themselves, they're relatively polite. I like it though. They're relatively polite, but I would say they're closed off. They don't really want to befriend the gringos. The Colombians you'll meet, and someone will say, oh, I have so many Colombian friends. Yeah, they're caleñas, they're costeñas, they're rolas, they're from other cities. So here, the local friends you're gonna make are gonna be from other cities. And that's how it works in a lot of other cities like Rio de Janeiro. When you're in Zona Sul, there's gonna be like a lot of people in Zona Sul that already have their existing networks, their existing friend circles that they've had since they were little kids. Mexico City is a lot like this too, with the Fresas, Monterrey. So Medellin is just like that. Good thing that it's pretty transient and there's a lot of people coming in and out, so you can still befriend people that are from Colombia, but they're from other parts of Colombia. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel, passportpapi.usa. We're in just a random market right now. Very much commercialized. The Colombians, they love to shop. I see a similarity between Colombians and Persians. Now, I'm half Persian. I have one parent that is from Iran, fled when they were a teenager. And Iranians, they love to boost the way they look. They do a lot of synthetic procedures. Here in Colombia as well. And I had a Persian guy tell me this, like, Persians and Colombians are very similar. They are in many ways. Now the Persians, I think many of them value education a little bit more. Here the education is debatable. There's some very educated people and there's a lot of very uneducated people. But generally speaking, very similar cultures in a lot of ways. Let's see if we can go someplace fun and interesting. I don't know if there's any place fun or interesting. We have a Colombian brand over there. So yeah, final word on Colombia. Oh yeah, here's a good example of their food. I think they have bandeja paisa up there. So Colombian food is very rudimentary. It's very simple. It's very straight to the point. I find it similar to Brazilian food, but not as refined. I could hate for saying that. Brazilian food, you have your meat, you have your rice, you have your veggies. Very straightforward, but the way they cook their meat, the farofa, the way they texturize things, I like it. I like it a lot. The churrascarias, I do like it a lot. But, dodging some phones. My face is gonna go into this too. Here in Colombia, it's like that, but a couple levels down. I'll get hate for saying that. It's fresh though. It's fresh, but it's not. I wouldn't say it's like that good. Why are we surrounded by underwear right now? Underwear and thongs. Look at that. Yeah, a lot of stuff like that. Gotta be careful with your phones. Gotta be careful with people running around. grabbing this with both hands. Now I am risking myself making this video right now, speaking in English really loud in a very local area. So I'm gonna end the video. Go ahead and subscribe, support the channel, especially if you follow me on Instagram and you already know me. Go ahead, subscribe. It really helps this channel grow. We're working to grow this channel, and I'm on TikTok, but you know, TikTok has changed, right? So we're focusing more on YouTube, Instagram. Also have a Substack with information that is very relevant to anyone traveling. Again, passportpapi.usa. We've been all over the world. I have insights that I'm very blessed to have. You know, we have networks that span across the world that help me uncover the truths of living in certain places. So if you're looking for a place that is aligned with your lifestyle, and even a lot of the time people don't even recognize what their lifestyle is, right? Dodging that again. What their lifestyle should be like. People just sit in traffic, people just, you know, go from point A to point B, don't really think about the journey. That matters a lot. You know, since I started spending a lot of time in cities where I can walk everywhere and the walks are pleasant, my life has gotten a lot better. Here in Medellin, it's not like that. You find yourself taking Ubers a lot. You can stay in your micro neighborhood, but you'll have to Uber out if you want to meet with friends and stuff. And that's what I find myself doing a lot, especially given the terrain and the sidewalks here. I mean, we're in a downtown area. Sidewalks are pretty good, but whew, it is bright today. The weather here, people say weather in Medellin is good. It's not good. The temperature is good. The weather is bad. It's unpredictable. It rains most days, regardless of what time of year. There's no seasons. So people like Medellin because there's no seasons. I personally prefer Bogota. I think it's a great place to focus. Medellin, it rains a lot. In Bogota as well, pretty much everywhere in Colombia, it receives the most rainfall of any country in Latin America. I think in the world, actually. So just be prepared when you come here. Bring a raincoat. Don't wear flip-flops. People don't wear flip-flops. They wear tennis shoes. They love tennis shoes. And yeah, I don't really have too many other comments to say. It's just the gateway to Latin America. It's the gateway to South America. And you should not stop in Colombia. Please do not stop in Colombia. Go to Peru. Go to Brazil. Go to Argentina. I see too many people stopping in Colombia. Like, oh yeah, this is South America. This is America. This is commercialized South America. This is Central America extended. It's an extended form of Central America. You don't get the distinctness of South America here in Colombia. It's like visiting Panama. You know, Panama used to be a part of this region as well. It's like Panama, man. It's like Costa Rica. This is an extension of Central America. You really get into South America once you get into Brazil, once you get into Argentina, once you get into Peru. Not Ecuador, not Colombia. Haven't been to Venezuela yet, but probably similar story there. So that's all I have to say is don't stop at Colombia. Continue on down south. Let's go ahead and see what else we have here. We have some foods. They love hot dogs. I think they're making hot dogs or something. They have meat on a stick. They have some fresh fruits. Yeah, this is what you see. Enough of my face, right? Let's show what we can see. We got limes, random limes. Where'd my friends go? Walking through this place. So really just dropped a lot of info, a lot of experiences here. But yeah, that's all I have to say is don't stop here. Continue down. Here? Oh, and also subscribe. Subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. It'll help me out a lot. Please. Help this channel grow. Here in Colombia.